The guy that was told that he had to clean it up was so fucking crushed by it. Her diaper must have been just fucking overflowing.
Dripping. And she probably didn't have a spare.
Oh my god. Oh. Don't shit your pants in public, people.
God
I had
damn.
a table the other day. We were sitting out in the patio. It was a lady and her son, and the son had a chessboard with him. I was like, "Oh, cool! You gonna play some chess?" I was like, "Awesome, cool." I was like, "You need a competition. I'll play you." And the mother looked at him and said, "Do you even know how to play?" And I'm like, "Yes, bitch, I know how to play chess." I was like, "What?"
So did you
Like,
play him?
Yeah, I did play him, and I beat his little ass.
You just fucking throw it in his face.
But she's like, "Oh my god, you better." Yeah, but he was actually trying to teach her how to play. I'm like, why did you say that to me? Like, fucking, did I know how to, like, she's surprised I know how to play. I'm like, why did you actually?
Do
why
you
you surprised-
even know how to play?
I don't know how
Black
to play.
man.
I'm like, really? What do you have to do
Black
with me?
man.
I know how to play chess.
We're live, by the way.
Oh, we're live.
Yeah,
Doing
put
it
us on.
live.
We're doing it live.
Oh, I know that. Mystic here?
I thought he was.
He what? Oh, well, he must have went to the bathroom or something.
We'll give people a chance to get warmed up, get amped up with us.
Wish you would have told
That's
me.
right.
I told my story about the
Warming
lady.
up. It's storming out there, ladies and gentlemen. Stickity
Keep it in-
storming.
Is it storming in Wisconsin?
Well, it was. It was windy as fuck. And like all sleety and shit. Fucking hate that sleety shit.
Yeah, that's pretty lame.
You can't ice skate on it. Makes the ice skating rinks all lumpity.
Does it really? Does it make them all lumpity?
Yeah.
You seem very active with yourself. You know, with all the alcoholism, you seem like you want to get out and go ice skating every now and then.
Well, I thought,
Like,
I
seems like
was getting prepared for an episode, ladies and
It was
gentlemen. This
okay.
is supposed to be about alcohol tonight.
Oh, really? Is that what it's supposed to be? Yeah, go. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, someone changed their mind.
Well, we can do alcohol and amusement parks.
No, we can't. We're gonna do a music park.
Oh,
Otherwise,
okay.
it's my topic. And we're not
Yeah.
cooking this motherfucker.
No,
That's
my
not
alcohol will speak for itself.
Oh, it will.
Always does.
It will. Sometimes I just want to hit you upside the head with an empty beer bottle, bro. I don't even
I
drink.
know you do. I know you do. But
Fuck
you
that.
still love me. Keep
I do not
talking.
love you. Stop telling that fucking lie.
It's okay.
I tolerate you because you need a force for the show.
Yeah.
Right? That's it. That's all.
You love me just enough.
I tolerate you because I'm gonna do one of them Oracle ashtray fucking and
Where the
provide
hell
it.
is Mystic?
I don't know.
I'm right
Ladies
fucking
and
here.
gentlemen.
Waiting
Oh,
for you.
well, there he is. What have you been waiting for me? I've been here gabbing.
Yeah, exactly. You've been here gabbing. I've been trying to talk, and you won't shut the fuck up.
You know you can interrupt me at any moment.
No,
You've never stopped.
He exercises that right.
All
You've
right.
told me shut the fuck up, Ashtray, plenty of times.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
not
I
like you're
have.
all of a sudden polite.
I know I have. Which it begs the question why you won't.
He was trying a
over and
different
over again.
tactic.
You just don't. So it's like with my kids. I just don't even try anymore.
Oh my god. Okay, so on this week of the Radar Report, we talk about amusement parks. Oh, I'm starting over. Sorry, apologize. Last week on the Radar Report, we talked about circuses, so I decided to keep this fun thing going and talk about somewhere else that Mystic is not allowed to go or have fun at: amusement parks. Right? This week, I thought it was
Everyone's got weight limits, man. Fuck them.
with us this week. With us this
Wow.
week is what's the wow for?
Nothing. Just to go. This is a train wreck already. Let's get it
Yeah, I
going.
know. You're the one hosting.
With us this week, we got Ashtray. Ashtray's kind of down because nobody played video games with him because he's always a drunk bastard and he sucks at playing them. Oracle is next to him. Oracle's been kind of elitist. He doesn't want to play. He plays online, but he doesn't want to play with anybody. And I don't understand why, Oracle. Why is
Dude,
it?
I just used my Xbox, and it says that I'm online, but I'm playing single-player games.
Well, turn that shit off. Make it appear offline.
I don't need to fucking hide from you guys. I just don't want to play with
Why
you.
don't you want to play with us, Oracle? Answer the goddamn question.
Because I want to play. They make single player modes for a fucking reason.
Fuck you, you asshole. Next to him is Mystic. Mystic only plays with a certain number of people who remain nameless because he likes having his ego and ass stroked by these people. And I'm
just one person.
Just one person. And I'm Teddy. I am like balls deep in this fucking Division 2 beta, and it's awesome. And this is the Red Eye Report.
Oh, that's out now?
It came out last night at 3 a.m. actually. So
Nice.
yeah. All right, so we're talking about amusement parks tonight. Because I've been working a lot, I couldn't come up with a good topic, so I decided to come up with this.
How long did you put on? How long did you take to write that intro?
Right, what? I didn't write the intro.
Yeah, I can tell.
I know you could.
Didn't write the intro.
You just basically said things that we're doing.
He winged it. Like jazz.
Yes, I did. Because it's my
Next to
intro.
him is Oracle, and he's got on a bluish shirt. With like
Yeah. Look at him. Won't tell us what he's
microphone,
doing.
foam cover on his microphone. There.
Right? Huey, Dewey, and Louie haircut.
Okay, we're talking about amusement parks today. I never known exactly how he started or where he came from. And they said it can be traced back to like the 1500s and stuff, back to the old fairs and medieval tournaments and things like that. But the first kind of actual amusement park was Chicago's Midway, and that was in 1893 at the World's Columbian Exposition.
Hell yeah!
It was actually also the first place where a fucking where a big giant metal Ferris wheel was, and that kind of gosh, you jump started. The Midway introduced at the Columbian Exposition kind of became the standard for most amusement parks, fairs, and carnivals and circuses, because not only contained rides, but it also had concessions and other entertainment such as shooting ranges, galleries, penny arcades, games of chance, and shows. Boom.
Nice. Boom, boom.
Oh my god, my thing is fucking up.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's why
That
you guys need to
Ferris
get real
wheel.
computers. God.
That Ferris wheel was fucking massive. Like, it was way bigger than Ferris wheels.
You know, compared, is it like as big as the one in London? Because that's a pretty big one.
I think it. Yeah, I don't know how big that one was.
I don't think it's as big as the one in London, because back in 1893, I don't think it was that fucking big.
Yeah.
The one in London was pretty fucking huge.
Right. But I guess the design of it, the cars could handle like 100 people. They're fucking
Jeez,
massive.
each one?
Yeah.
What?
They were huge cars on this thing.
Impressive.
Wow. The oldest amusement park in the world can be traced back to 1853. It's called Diversbakken.
Yeah, calm the fuck down.
It's in Denmark, Klampenborg, Denmark. It was opened in 1583, and it's actually still open to this day.
Damn.
It has a wooden roller coaster. It has a wooden roller coaster that was built in 1932. And people still ride that shit. They also have a ride called Afro. What's this thing called? Afro Cups, which I'm scared to look up.
Afro
Afro
cups.
cups.
Afro Cups. It's called
I
Afro
rock on and stuff with my Afro cups.
It's
So it
As
sounds
I
like a
bust up
black
a juice
themed version of the teacups.
well,
Like instead of a teacup, you're riding like on top of a big rotating afro.
Rides them in spinning cups. 4 coupons a ride. It says Afro Cups, but I'm afraid to look up and see what the fuck that shit is.
Well, it is from Denmark. Maybe Afro means something else there.
Oh, yeah.
Right on, brother. And then we come to the most popular theme park in the world, and everybody knows what it is, right? Disney World, in Florida.
Disney World.
So Disney World is more popular than Disneyland?
It is. Disney World in Florida is the most visited vacation park in the world.
Really?
Really?
Okay, I didn't
Yep.
know that.
Yep. Walt Disney World Resort. Where'd it go? Yeah.
Have you been to the one in California?
I have been to one in California, yes. And Anaheim, I have
When
been
you
to, yes.
compare the two, what do you think?
I like the rides at the one in California a lot better.
Okay.
Because they seem more adult oriented. They seem more adult oriented than the goddamn than the ones in Florida kind of seem like they're They're more tuned for kids.
Magic Mountain.
Yeah.
Isn't that what that's called? The one
Magic
where all the
Mountain
lights
in Florida
are
or
out.
California?
So what?
I
Magic
think
Mountain.
Magic Mountain's in California.
Magic Mountain's in California. Disney World is in.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
why
you
I
have to
never
put
went on it.
Bellacam on.
I only went to the one.
Yeah.
Where the f- is Bella?
The one in Florida encompasses about 49 square miles, 27,000 something acres, is what it is. It's
Come
fucking
here.
huge.
27,000 acres?
Yeah, 27,000 acres.
Damn, that is 27,000.
Yeah.
It's huge. That's a big bitch.
It's a big bitch.
Oh, my grandpa's farm was 500 acres. We thought that was huge.
It opened in October 1971 at Lake Buena Vista, Florida, with Magic Kingdom.
There's Bella.
3 resort hotels. Then they opened at Epcot in 1982. Disney Hollywood Studios in 89, and Animal Kingdom in 98. I thought Animal Kingdom was open like later than that. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. The resort is largest by area, most visited vacation resort in the world. 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, shopping, dining, entertainment complex, 21 resort hotels, 8 golf courses, and a bunch of other shit. 27,258 acres of land. This shit is fucking huge. They have 5 parks all around the world. Disneyland Resort, Walt Disney, and they have it in California, one in Paris, one in Florida, one in Hong Kong, Shanghai, and fucking in Tokyo. Hey, did you go to Disney while you were in Hong Kong there?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I think they were just opening that up actually when I was over there.
All right.
Let's say, you weren't in Hong Kong, weren't you in Beijing?
Well, I was
Oh, yeah.
near Shanghai actually.
Well, they got one in Shanghai.
Yeah, I think they just opened that up when I was over there. And I mean, when you're in China, fucking a million people go to things. So you thought lines
Yeah, you
were
could have played Goofy.
Yeah, that's how I could have gotten in. Gotta work on my goofy gag.
Gag.
Goofy
So there's
gag.
5 of them. I
If
guess I
if
never
I
really
was the
thought about
dude-
there were other ones internationally.
You should go and be goofy and just like at the end of hugging the kids, smack them. Just be like, "Oh, that's what Goofy does." They don't know.
Yeah,
They have
right?
no
They're
idea.
like, oh, haha, that must be the American Goofy.
yeah.
Fuck you, kids.
You get hit by Goofy yet? It's fucking
Have
great.
y'all heard about the mascot
It's
that the Universal has now? It's a troll that farts glitter on people.
What?
That who has?
Troll.
Who's that?
It's a Universal Studios they have a new mascot. It's a troll. It's like that farts glitter.
What?
So yeah, is there someone dressed up like him and he's like walks
Yeah,
around and like
No,
little
it's a
pools of glitter
real-
come out?
Real
Well, you-
troll. They use
no,
CRISPR.
Are there multiple characters walking around Universal Studios? I've never been to Universal Studios.
I wouldn't say they're walking
Seems
around.
like
They're
a
more
bad
like
idea.
they're more. I know, right? They're more. You can take pictures of, like the penguins and stuff, and they have certain areas of the park where you can go, just like Disney. They have certain areas of the park at certain times where, like, you can go take a picture with all the princesses at Disney or certain characters that'll be out, and you can get in line and take pictures of those people. They're not. If you see them walking around, they're usually walking to. They might do like a stroll around the park and they go back to their thing, but when they're walking around, usually you can't mess with them. You have to take a picture with them at their like times.
They're
Usually.
usually walking to a bathroom.
What
to
happens if you
snort
try
a
to
line
mess
of
with them?
cocaine.
Do they like kick you in the shin and run away? Or...
I've never really fucked with the mascots. I have tried to take pictures of the stormtroopers walking around like Hollywood Disney, and they'll be coming to me like, no pictures. I'm like, really? I'm like, are y'all in character? Y'all just say no pictures because you touching my
Yeah,
phone.
I would say if you're still walking around, like, I mean, unless it's part of a ride, or like a certain event, I could see like no pictures. But it's out just like on the pathways. If I can't talk to you, I understand. But like, I'm gonna fucking take a picture of you. I paid to be in here, bitch.
I know, right?
I paid for
wanted to
your
ask everybody,
costume.
Okay, shut up. I wanted to ask everybody, what was the first amusement park? I mean, I was trying to ask the question, kept fucking talking about. So I would ask you, like, what do you I love theme parks, I love roller coasters, love rides. But I would want to ask everybody, what is your first amusement park you ever went to, and how old were you? Starting off with Oracle.
Well, I think for a lot of Wisconsin kids, that is Wisconsin Dells. What's the fucking big water thing?
Noah's Ark,
Yeah, Noah's Ark. So it's like a huge water park.
Have a park called Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
largest one in the world.
Yeah, it's just a big ass water park. There was
No
one in Plover,
religious.
Wisconsin too that was like Rainbow Falls or something.
Rainbow
like
Falls. I
Yeah.
remember going there.
that. I might have went to that first.
I
So-
can't do water parks, man. I can't do it.
Why? What's wrong with water
It's,
parks?
it's just a cesspool of nasty shit. I just can't do it. I don't want to be.
Oh, it's chlorined up to hell.
Right? You're probably swimming in fucking like
Yeah.
Ebola when you're at Disneyland.
I don't go swimming at Disneyland.
Crocodile water.
I mean, yeah, but when you're like touching rails and shit, how?
Yeah.
What makes you think that isn't a cesspool of disease?
Probably dirtier than the actual
Body-
filtrated.
Because he can't
concentrate.
swim. He's black, man. Come on.
Oh, that's
I
right.
swim better than you, Chubby. Shut the fuck-
Well, yeah.
I don't know
probably-
about that. I float. Motherfucker,
Yeah.
I gotta do
Yeah,
shit.
you float. I can actually move while I swim. You
Well,
kinda
I
like,
gotta,
okay, I
since
got
I'm
this.
floating, all my energy can just go into propelling myself.
Yeah, he's
Wait,
like a
wait.
hovercraft. He's
Yeah,
just, like,
exactly.
on top of the water.
This fucking-
If you turn over, can your stomach? Can you be like a hydrofoil, like the tip of your stomach's in the water
Yep.
and just going?
Mhm.
Awesome, cool.
Like an ocean liner. Like 90% of me is underwater when I dip over. That's how I stay so stable.
Oh my god. Okay, Mystic, where's your first theme park you went to?
I was 7 and it was Ashtray's mom's house.
Yeah.
No, Six
Yeah.
Flags in Gurnee. I lived in Chicago. I was probably like 10 or 11. Went there, rode
What
the
was
shit
it?
out of some roller coasters. You didn't hear me?
What?
Six Flags in Gurnee,
Oh, Six Flags.
Illinois.
Okay.
Right above Chicago.
Yep. And then when I was like 12, my parents dropped me and my friend off there in the morning and picked us up at night. We just fucking had free reign as 12-year-olds in
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Six Flags.
That sounds
Get down.
kind of a
Yeah, we
good
rode.
time.
We rode they have this roller coaster called the Shockwave, and it has fucking like 9 loops and shit and all kinds of crazy shit. We would got there so early, we just ran
Yeah.
to that roller coaster and rode it like 9 times before people started like really getting in line, and we had to wait. So we'd get off and get back in line. It would take 2 minutes to get back on it, and then fucking every time it was like a little bit longer.
Nice.
It was great.
What
But yeah,
about
my
you, Ash?
favorite roller coaster there, is the
Yeah.
American Eagle. And on the
Oh, yeah.
20th anniversary, they ran that shit backwards.
What?
So like you couldn't see when you were coming off the
my
first
God.
drop.
I never thought
Yeah.
about it, but
Holy
it,
fuck.
it works that you could do backwards, especially that big
Oh,
drop
yeah.
at the end.
I think all you got to do is just turn the cart around, right?
Yeah,
Turn
they
the car
just
around.
turn the cars
back.
around. They don't go backwards on the track. It's they turn the cars around backwards, so you can't
Yeah,
see
right.
what's coming.
Oh, okay.
So do
Okay.
they just swivel?
I thought like they ran it backwards. Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah, I
don't think
thought-
so. They have to lift them off.
Oh,
I'm
they
sure,
should
yeah,
do
they
that.
probably
That'd be
have to
crazy.
disconnect it.
I thought you would say you ran it backwards. They turned the whole
Well,
car around.
it's one of the oldest wooden roller coasters in the U.S.
Oh, it's
American
wooden.
Eagle is. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the American Eagle's a big.
that's part of the creepiness because
White
it just
woodenness.
creaks and shit.
Yeah.
He's like, "Are we gonna die? Are we gonna die?"
I wonder when that was built. It's like an 80s
I don't even
coaster,
know.
70s.
My
Oh,
mom
that
remembers it when
place
she was
is-
a kid, so I'm assuming the fucking
Oh
60s and 70s. It was
yeah, shit.
before that.
Yeah, I'm real. Yeah, I'm more of a metal guy, but yep. What about you, Ashtray? When you was your first amusement park?
Well, actually, a combination of both Oracle and Mystics, where definitely the first real park outside the old county fair was Noah's Ark, which is up in Wisconsin Dells. My mom offered me, I don't know, I was at the age maybe of 9, 10 years old. Either you can go to Chuck E. Cheese or Noah's Ark. And I'm like, Noah's Ark, hands
That's
down.
your
Fuck
choice,
Chuck E.
yeah.
Cheese.
Yeah, they
Like,
have
really, yeah.
they
Yeah.
have arcade
I
games,
may have been
pizza,
9.
and water slides.
Yeah.
at Noah's Ark.
Exactly. Yeah, I know it would cost more too. But it's like, I may have been 9, but I won't dumb. And so,
Probably said it like a typical parent too. You want to go to Noah's Ark or do you want to go to Chuck E. Cheese?
and
Where
watch
they
the
have,
dancing
like, the cool
animal
band, the cool animatronic band, all the cool games. Because she knew she'd have to pay out her ass for fucking Noah's Ark.
Yep, exactly.
So I could teach you, give you $10 in quarters. Like, that's it. That's all you get.
And drive further.
Right?
Thanks,
That's all
Mom.
you get. That is
Is
it.
Chuck E. Cheese still around?
It is still
Oh,
around.
yeah.
Me and my son, it's still around. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's populated entirely by people from the ghetto.
Yeah, I
No,
heard something
no,
that like
no,
they have a
depends
lot
on
of
the
fights and
country.
shit.
It depends.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
the ghettos are, yes, but not the one I go to. It's a bunch of white folk.
Oh, well, you live in a fucking dude around here.
Your whole
Even the
neighborhood.
ones that are in like Brookfield and like the nice fucking upscale white areas,
Mhm.
the white people don't go there. They go to Monkey Joe's or some shit.
Monkey Joe's, what the fuck
Yeah,
is that shit?
ours closed down. It's a place full entirely of like inflatable bounce houses for kids.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually pay like $10 and your kid can go there for like all day. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's way better because they just get that energy out.
Yeah, get there.
Nice.
Yeah. Instead of having to pay for games. And shit. Ours closed out here.
After the
At a-
Noah's
at a-
Ark was the only, and I guess it's, I'm thinking the only real amusement park. Like when I think of amusement park, is like I think of land rides, but Noah's Ark is just as big as Six Flags.
Yeah.
It's just mostly water
Just
slides.
all
Six Flags
water.
now has a whole water slide section, which is nice, especially in the real heat of the summer. You can go there and cool down. It doesn't cost like any more. But yeah, Six Flags, as far as like the first time I ever rode a roller coaster. Let's see, what was that one? The Iron Wolf, the one you had to stand up on. I don't think
yeah,
it's there
stand
anymore.
up.
That
Yep.
was an old
Dude,
one.
one of the best
American
parts of
Eagle is good too.
one of the best parts of fucking Six Flags is that bridge, that huge log ride that they have you ride, where there's like 30 people wide. You know what I'm saying? And it comes down
and
and
it
just
goes down into the
splashes.
water. Yeah.
Yeah, and you stand on that bridge, like you can walk across this bridge, and you just stand there, and you get fucking just drenched.
Like
So you don't
get
even have to ride
yeah.
the ride, and you can cool off. Like in the
Yeah, if you don't mind getting soaked.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
SeaWorld.
SeaWorld, yeah.
You guys ever go to SeaWorld?
Yeah,
when
I
I
went
was
to one-
young, when
I
I went
went
to
there
San
once,
Diego.
I went to Busch Gardens, but I don't think I went to. Well, I don't know if I went to SeaWorld. Maybe we did. Yeah, is the SeaWorld where they do the fucking killer whale tricks and shit?
Yeah, that's
At
like
least
their
back
whole
then.
shtick. Or
Yeah.
it was. I don't know if they
Yeah, I
do it
guess maybe I
anymore.
did go to SeaWorld.
Yeah. It was back when I went when I was a kid. They didn't have any rides there, so it was mostly all shows and shit.
Mhm.
It was all like aquariums and shows and shit.
I guess I remember thinking it would have been bigger.
You can pet a shark.
It really is just an auditorium with pools.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. All right,
Well,
so,
that's why SeaWorld was usually attached to other things, though. I remember in San Diego, it was like attached to a Six Flags.
Oh, I bet
basically.
the one I went to the one in Tampa Bay, and I bet it was attached to Busch Gardens because that's where we went right after
Probably.
that.
Yeah, it probably was, yeah. Let's see, my first theme park was Boblo Island in Detroit. The coolest thing
I've
about
heard
it was
of that.
you had to take a boat to get there. That was the coolest fucking thing about
Oh,
it, the Boblo
really?
boat. Yeah, so like it looked like a steamboat, but I'm pretty sure it was like gas powered. But it had one floor had an arcade, had a dance floor, it had bars and stuff. I mean, it was like a 20-minute boat ride, 30-minute boat ride that you had to take to get there. That was the only way to get to it from the park. You couldn't drive there, so you go and park in the parking lot and then get on the boat and and take the boat back and forth to the park. And it was also where we rode my first roller coaster, the Nightmare. It was all inside, but it was fucking pitch black dark, so you couldn't see shit.
Oh, like tunnels and shit. Yeah,
Mm.
they have that.
Like, it was all pitch black dark, and you couldn't see shit. We used to have a theme park here in Nashville called Opryland, but they tore it down to build a goddamn giant mall because people here decided they rather have some place to shop and get robbed and shot at than go to an amusement park. Yeah, it's like a giant mall now. People getting cars, fucking. It's fucking. It was pretty awesome. It was actually pretty cool little park, for what it was. How many? I go to theme parks all the time. Are y'all good theme park enthusiasts? Everybody here?
I like them, but I'm trying to think. Like, I guess there's like a real shitty kind of one in Mall of America, which is probably completely different than when I went to it as a kid. So I can't really count that.
Yeah,
But
It's supposed to be like the Mall of America is like the biggest mall in America, right? Isn't it the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
largest
that-
mall in America, and in the
is that
center
by- is that
there
by you?
is. It kind of it's in Minnesota,
Oh,
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to the inside park because I mean, it's the inside theme park. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
It used
I mean,
to be a
it's kind of a
Snoopy
gimmick.
themed theme
Okay.
park, but I don't. It's probably something different now, like a different
Mhm.
franchise. But they had Legoland. Granted, like when I went, I saw my sister posted pictures of it recently. I think it was like 93, 94. Like that's I was like 10 or 11, so it was super cool then.
Mhm.
But I know I went there just to the Mall of America in my 20s with a friend who lived up in Minneapolis, and it was just like too fucking big.
Yeah.
And it, you know, as an adult, you're seeing it, it's just like, oh, just this kind of lumbering burden of commerce that's still trying to hold on to relevance.
Right.
all right. Well, I thought about looking up amusement park accidents, but I didn't want to get too much into that.
Would have been awesome.
Because I really like going to amusement parks and I don't really care about the accidents and if people flying off roller coasters and dying. So I didn't look that up. Anything else anybody want to add to the topic of
Probabilities are probably still safer in your odds.
Oh, it is still safe. I mean, most of the
Probably even
accidents
safer than air travel.
I mean,
I mean,
most
how
of the
much
accidents I
you
saw
actually
were
get?
fucking stupid. Like the guy who got his head kicked off because he decided to go over 2 fences to get his hat and shit. Like stuff like that.
Oh yeah, there's people hopping fences and
Mhm.
then they get hit by people going on the coasters.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
I
There's
did
most
have.
of
Let's see here, Mystic.
what Mystic what here Mystic what
Mystic. Well, I was gonna ask him a question. Was he talking about the Shockwave roller coaster? He must.
I don't know. You did most of the talking. I don't know.
know.
Where is Mystic?
No. Anyways, I believe it was called the Shockwave, which I think is turned into the Superman in Mall of America. Or no, not Mall of America. I'm sorry, Six Flags Great America. It was a blue coaster that had this kind of loop-de-loop, and I do remember, like, dropping at the top, dropping my like slushy soda or whatever I had.
You
like,
had your fucking slushy in the
Yeah.
roller
Oh
coaster?
yeah,
with you?
yeah.
How'd you pull it
What?
off? How the fuck did you pull it off, man?
Well, this is also
Did you guys hear me?
late
Yeah.
90s. There he is.
Jesus.
Um,
I was talking the whole time and you guys weren't answering and I was scared. I just didn't know.
Yeah. What is it? Your battery's dying again?
No, I don't know. Something happened. I was like trying to fucking talk and shit and
Get
everyone
some
kept
real
just,
fucking. You need to get a computer like me and Oracle.
you need to shut your mouth. I don't have money like you.
I should
I
give you one.
uselessly squander it on things like, heat,
You
Right.
gotta-
Heat and
you gotta
children.
knock it off. It's
All right,
hard.
children.
I'll find an old laptop I can mail you. Anyways, the where you could that loop-de-loop, you could drop the slushy soda, and I probably did sneak it on, like because this
Well,
is
yeah,
when I
you
was my
snuck it
teenage
on.
years.
So you're gonna go around a loop, drop the cup, drop it.
You
in
could drop
the
it at the top. Well, no, I never caught it, but like you
Well,
were going so
obviously,
fast.
no.
By the time you dropped it, you would go up and around it, and just like watching it in midair. It was.
Oh, really? So
fun, yeah.
you were faster than what that cup actually
Yeah,
fell.
like if you drop it from the top, you can loop the coaster loops under it faster than it like actually drops to that.
So
loop.
does that mean that the people behind you on the roller coaster
Yeah.
got
Got drenched in fucking slushy
Oh my
because
god!
you're a dumbass.
I do know a fun thing to do.
I was
is,
a punk ass bitch. I was not a dumbass.
at Magic Mountain
No, you
Disneyland
were a
in California.
dumbass.
The Superman ride goes up, and then it stops, and it comes back down. But you're weightless for a little while. So if you have a coin in your hand, you go up there and open your hand, and the coin like floats above your hand, and you grab it again, and you come back down.
Yeah.
That was a cool thing. Yeah.
I was 17.
You're an asshole. 'Cause I would have got a.
We were all assholes when we were 17.
Sure. not
If you weren't an
asshole.
asshole when you were
Just
17,
imagine
A
being
fucking slushy on a goddamn roller coaster. I was not that much of an asshole. I'll tell you what, if I sit behind you, I'll be that ass when I get off.
you
right.
weren't smart enough to sneak shit in.
Just imagine if you were in your current age now and you went on that roller coaster and some 17-year-old kid
You're
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
fucking dumped
Yeah.
a slushy on your
You
Slushy
caught a
face.
big old slushy to the face.
Yeah.
You'd be so mad.
You'd be a little
right.
salty.
That'd be your fuck what you think.
That's
Right.
why.
That's how pissed off
Yeah.
you would be.
Well, I love that video of that fucking guy who knocked that little teenager out. It's like you, boom. Yes,
You're just-
I
you're
would.
just
I would have
cursed.
punched my younger self, and if you wouldn't do the same, you haven't lived.
Awesome, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. That's all I've got for amusement parks. They're fun, except for the swimming parks. I don't like
They're fun.
I
Just
don't
don't,
like-
go to them with ashtray because you'll get a
Yeah,
slushy
because the
in
slushy.
the
God,
face.
fuck, son of a bitch. All right,
That was half of my life ago.
yeah, whatever, man. Asshole. You fucked up some parent and kid's fucking day after the roller coaster.
Probably
You
did.
blinded some child.
Right? I was just a nugget of chaos in what was otherwise a beautiful day.
There's a family in Iowa that tells a story about grandma catching a fucking blueberry slushy to the face.
It wasn't
On
a
a
full
roller
slushy
coaster.
now, mind you.
It took them 6 months of coaxing and shit to get her on that roller coaster,
She gets
and
smacked.
then she caught a slushy to the face.
Oh my god. All right, we're gonna move on to the What's Sexy section of the show, where we tell you what's sexy and actually get to talk about some bullshit. I'm up first with Candace Payne. A week ago we had the polar vortex. It got really cold. It was like 20 below in Chicago. Candace Payne. I know you heard a story about an anonymous person that put up all these homeless people in a hotel for a week. Where they came for it is Candace Payne. And she's not some filthy rich person. I think she's like a social worker or something. She put up 20 plus people in a fucking hotel for a week at $7 a person, and it came to about $1,400 of money.
Damn.
Each room cost $70. She's a real estate worker, and she spent at the Amber Inn in Chicago, spent around $1,400 to fill 20 rooms at this hotel. I think that's when a lot of homeless people out there, and I think a few homeless people have died in this cold snap we've had up north, and when she found out that the shelters and stuff were full, she fucking put them up with her own money, and I just thought that was really fucking cool. More people doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So pick up Candace Payne, and the fact that she stayed anonymous for so long.
Right.
To see and a lot of people, because I think they kind of showed that she didn't want to be found out. I actually don't know how they found out who she is. Her and her husband, she's 33 years old. Her and her husband are the one who did it. But I thought that was really fucking cool. Big up to her, and thanks for helping out the homeless. So, yay!
Yay, homeless.
Next up, we have
Wow.
Ashtray with Jeff Bezos' dick pic. Got to hear about this one.
Jeff Bezos, dick pic. So this this article came out 2 hours ago. Jeff Bezos basically, so he's going through a divorce right now, and his affair with I don't know, it's some like helicopter pilot. I mean, who would not love having an affair with a female helicopter pilot? That sounds pretty badass, even if you are a billionaire. So he's going through this divorce, and the National Enquirer has written this article with a bunch of real details of the affair, and so the Washington Post,
National
What's that?
Enquirer.
the National Enquirer, yes.
Because they're reputable source of information.
Yeah, right.
Run by they actually have they do legitimate reporting. Harvey Pecker, remember he's the guy who buried the Stormy Daniels story, or at least tried to. That's what they paid for. They've ruined public people's lives with actual stories. So, anyways, the Washington Post, I guess, has started investigating the investigation of Jeff Bezos' affair, because these details are, I guess, they're they're actually like there's some real dirt that the Washington Post is wondering, like, how did the National Enquirer get this information?
Like what kind of dirt? What kind of details we talking here?
Well, apparently, so what ended up happening is, so the Washington Post is publicly investigating the National Enquirer's expose on the affair, and so the National Enquirer contacts Jeff Bezos and is like, "Listen, we want you to stop this stop the Washington Post investigating this story because we have unpublished material that we will release if you don't stop. Basically, here's our demands: an extortion offer from lawyers from AMI. That's the American Media Inc. is the actual company that Harvey Pecker runs, and so they're like, yeah, and I guess they, in detail, the lawyers from AMI described what kind of dick pics they had of Jeff Bezos, whether they hacked his girlfriend's phone or his phone. They have I guess they basically described in detail the dirt that they have on him as far as these photos. And they threaten him if he doesn't publicly, if the Washington Post doesn't publicly say, "Oh, there was no political motive," and that's what the Washington Post is looking into. Was there a political motive? Because we all know Trump hates Jeff Bezos. Was there a political motive for the National Enquirer to basically throw all this money at somehow getting a hold of the dirt for these posts? And so, what does Jeff Bezos do? He publishes all these emails from AMI's lawyers. And it was like, fuck you guys. Like, you're trying to extort me. And, basically you're telling me to lie that I, do not believe there's a political motive. Like, through the newspaper I own, and, regardless of that conflict of interest, you're basically, telling me to report on a lie through this newspaper. And he's like, even if you do publish my dick pics and some of these emails, here is the full emails from your lawyers, out in the broad daylight, which I think is pretty fucking cool to, just derail that whole extortion by just, putting it all out there.
Well, he didn't get to be the richest guy in the world by being
took
a
away
dumb
their
shit.
ammo. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who's gonna give a shit if there's a Jeff Bezos dick pic out there?
There are so many dick pics out there nowadays. There's
right?
Maybe
dick
him and
pics
Brett
are like
Favre
a
could get
dime a
together.
dozen, man.
And Jeff Bezos, though, he's probably smart enough that he took dick pics, but his face isn't in them. Could be anybody's dick, any old man's dick.
Yeah, but what if he's got a micro penis and nobody knows?
Yeah, that would be embarrassing.
He could fucking
Even if his
buy
face wasn't in it.
some
Yeah.
kind
Buy-
of
See, they don't have to say you're lying about the size of my penis. That's possibly not. That's not my penis. And then people would be like, well, what's your penis look like?
And it'll be like that Michael Jackson trial where they try to get him to whip his dick out in the courtroom to see if it matches what that kid described. You remember that shit?
That happened
What?
in the Michael Jackson?
Yeah,
case?
they tried to. Yeah, the lawyers tried to get him to do it. The judge was like, "We're not doing that. What the fuck is wrong
Yeah,
with you?"
that's ridiculous. Yeah. I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
All right. On at Oracle. Next up with X Prize.
X Prize. I received an email a couple days ago for this web thing that I went on today, and it was for literacy education apps. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see what this shit's all about. So I went on there today, and I found out that it is part of X Prize. And do you guys know what, or have you heard of SpaceX?
Yeah, the company.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
SpaceX was actually
Elon Musk.
Is Elon Musk SpaceX, or is
Oh
that
yeah, Elon Musk owns
Branson?
SpaceX. Elon Muskrat.
Branson
No,
is
Branson's
Virgin.
Virgin
Oh, he's
Galactic.
Virgin. Okay. So,
Galactic.
well, anyway, they have all these contests. So that actually started out as a contest to, get up to space. Who could make the rockets that could get up there and everything, and it drives innovation. Well, there are several of these contests that are sponsored by companies, private enterprises, to promote innovation. So another one that's going on right now is trying to create products out of carbon dioxide. And, this one in particular was, okay, teams from around the world make apps to help adult literacy, like low literacy, and improve that. And it was like a $2 million prize. And now what's happening is they want different community organizations, schools, and things like that to distribute this app or these apps out for free. So they'll have free access to this like really awesome technology. And I think you don't hear about these things enough. And I think it was Dollar General that put up the money for this. Dollar General and like the Barbara Bush Foundation or something. But that's badass that, these companies are actually putting that money out there to make the world a better place. I mean, it's pretty clearly just to fucking improve, the world that we live in.
How much is the X Prize?
The X Prize for this one was $2 million, so it ranges for the different
$2 million
contests.
for the
team.
people getting into space?
No, that was $10 million.
No.
Oh, 10 million. How many fucking millions and billions it took them to get... I mean, it almost just seems like it's a nice nod to, like, pursue the innovation, but that's, like, that $10 million doesn't pay for the investment to get to that technology. It's like you really got to want to just do it.
Yeah,
Probably
well,
doesn't even pay for the fuel in the rocket.
Right?
I think it gets them going. I think
gets them going.
Yeah.
Somebody else. Once they get
Return
an
on
idea,
investment.
get prototypes and everything else, and ideas that somebody else will buy the technology.
Yeah.
and to get
So
it
like these apps that have been released, they are commercially available now. So these teams made them, and now they're going to make money off of it outside of the contest. So I think it's just cool that, you give an incentive to fucking make something that's going to matter, and it isn't just about
It's about the money.
about the money, right? Like you can use money
Not about
in
the
more
money, but there's a
constructive
prize
ways.
of money.
Yeah, just the prize of money, but I don't know.
It's always
I think
about
it's a
the
good.
money.
I was surprised. I was like, hey, this is good. We should do more shit like
Yeah,
this.
I mean, it may just be.
And look, it's more positive than your dick pics, Ashtray. All right, so just
yeah,
like-
your Jeff
You're
Bezos
right, you're right.
dick
It's
pics.
positive. What do they call it when like Congress brings a bill up, but they know it's not gonna work, but it's like to show, like, hey, well, we're just trying it.
Yeah, but I think that this was not. I had to dig to find this. Like I just happened to find this thing. Like, and that's
so
what I
it's
would.
not like a very well.
Yeah, it's not like a very well, known thing. Publicized, like kind of like a, a dog, or what do they say, a dog and pony show or whatever. Like it's not bullshit. Like they really are trying to do something, and they have tested it, with the standards and stuff like that. So I think it's badass. I wish we would hear more about these things that are going on than fucking, bunch of negative ass stuff.
Yeah. Word up, man. Get to space, baby. Make me the maps. All right, next up we got Mystical. Good old Nancy.
Nancy Pelosi. Anyway, this bitch has been in the game for fucking probably 50 years? Because there's like pictures of her with fucking Kennedy
Oh, really?
as a teenager. Yeah. So she's been interested in politics since she was, little.
She's also comes from rich people, so she probably was part of all that social
Right.
group.
But she knows how to play people, and so the State of the Union address, that clap, that sarcastic, like sideways clap, that face that she made at Trump was probably the best thing that I've seen in a long time. Yeah, yeah, that was like the clap you get as a husband when you're like, "Hey, babe, I changed the baby's
Yeah.
diaper," and your
Right?
wife's like,
I took the laundry out.
You fucking did what you're supposed to do, you dumb fucking monkey." And like, you get that clap, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even her daughter, Alexandria Pelosi, is a filmmaker. She said she's seen that clap quite a few times growing up.
That's
So like, that's just like her sarcastic, like, "Yay, look at you, president. You're the president. Yay." You know, like, it's like she's fucking placating an 8-year-old. It's fucking great. He's so dumb.
Oh, holy shit.
Anyway, sorry. It was the greatest clap ever.
Glad you enjoyed it, buddy.
well, the thing too is like everyone's rubbing it in his face right now because he watches all. Whether he calls it fake news, he's watching all 3 of those channels, and they're all talking about it. Maybe not so much on Fox News, but
Yeah, well, I think Fox kind of is fed up with Trump too. Like I don't.
They're getting there.
They're
some people are. Some parts of it.
Yeah, they're not like totally pro Trump.
It's more pro in the opinion part when it's like the Hannity's.
Well,
and,
his
what's the face.
yeah, but his fucking golden girl, his what's her face, the fucking Wicked Witch of
Ann
the
Coulter?
West, Ann Coulter, yeah, called him a fucking the worst president ever and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said.
she's been,
She said I used to think George W. Bush was the worst president ever, until Trump fucking backed out of the wall or whatever. Like she was pissed. And like
That's
that's
funny
gotta
because
hurt,
even
dude.
liberals
Anything
will
that
say
hurts
that.
his ego, he probably fucking sits around and cries about it. and
If I
shit.
was
Why
him,
is she
I
so
would-
mean to me.
I would have taken my ball and gone home a long time ago.
Yeah, right.
Fuck you guys. Taking my Big Mac.
No shit.
Oh, good one. Good old Nancy. Next up, we got our Fuck What You Think, where we tell you to go to fuck your ideas and they suck. Next up is kick drummers that sing.
Oh, okay. So there's this band. I don't know. Oracle has the link. I don't care if he plays it
Don't
or
play
not.
it.
This chick, it's a band. I think they're, I don't know, Belgium, Polish, something like that, from Europe.
Usually Polish.
They're new, but they recorded this live, and they sound good. But like it just doesn't. Like she's a drummer and a singer at the same time, and it isn't like it's fucking heavy metal singing. Like she's actually singing. So it requires some like semblance of concentration and skill. But so does the drumming that she's doing, and I've never liked drummers that sing in bands.
Let's get
Like
this
as
down
the head. If you're doing backups, that's one thing. That's fine. But like if you're the main fucking dude, it's kind of weird to me, and I don't like it. That's it. That's just.
I don't like it.
I just don't like it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How dare her?
yeah.
Well,
Stay
it's like
within
Cam.
your lane,
Just
lady.
get a drummer. Yeah, stay in your lane, bitch.
Well, has she tried the? I guess are there drummers that use a head mic and
Yeah, and it would be different if she did use a fucking, an actual like headset. You know what I mean?
what are they called? Because I've heard Garth Brooks supposedly got a bunch of criticism about that, but he was one of the first people to like use that mic because he's all over the fucking stage.
Right. Well, usually pop singers do use shit like that
True, Brittany.
because they're dancing around a lot more than fucking, metal guys do or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I loaded up the video. I was like, this is probably going to be pretty cool. A 3-piece metal band with a fucking female singer as the drummer. And I watched it and I was like, this is lame. Pretty
If she
lame. I went
screamed
and
more,
saw them-
would you have approved?
No, because it probably would have been the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like like there's sometimes when a guitar player sings and you could tell that they stop playing guitar as well as they can because they're singing. It's the same concept. I feel that the drumming is really taking a hit and the singing is too. because you should just be concentrating on that one thing. Like, don't get me wrong, there are fucking drummers that sing who could probably do it really well because of the coordination, but like, it's a lot. It takes a
Style
lot
of the
more
music.
coordination.
It is
than a
always kind
guitar
of weird because they're just like kind of like singing out of the side of their mouth. They're just like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it just looks
and the
fucking
Some of them
guitar-
are really good at it.
Yeah,
The
they are.
band, the Last Waltz.
But the thing is a guitar, you're only using your hands. As a drummer, you're using all four limbs plus singing. That takes a lot of fucking concentration and brain power.
I can't even imagine drumming, but imagine
Yeah,
like
right.
trying to keep my feet and hands and lyrics.
I'd probably just start pooping myself.
Yeah, how many Garth Brooks concerts have you been to, Ashtray?
Yeah.
That's what Travis is asking.
I think I saw something where they said like Garth Brooks was criticized for one of those today's I learned on Reddit probably. Garth Brooks was criticized for having one of those kind of mics like a pop star. But he's done it the entire time. The more you know.
It's
Garth
Brooks, he
Brooks.
can do whatever the fuck
I
he
haven't
wants.
heard that name in a while.
On Baton Rouge.
That dude came out with an entire alter ego album, and
Yeah.
he had a fucking eye.
It's still.
That's or actually there should be a documentary about that.
Right?
Because that would be really interesting. Because he looked like it was like really early, kind of in the emo band phase, and he looked kind of like an emo.
Wait a second. He
Guy.
had an emo band?
Well,
Garth
it was like a
Brooks?
kind of like this. I don't know. Was it supposed to be pop or like a rock or like I don't know, like his own kind of Maroon 5 type thing?
Chris
but
Gaines. It was called Chris Gaines.
Yeah, it was.
It sounds like a name you'd give yourself and when you go out to fucking rape and murder somebody.
So here's the Wikipedia. Chris Gaines was a one-off fictional rock persona created as an alter ego for Garth Brooks to explore rock and roll styles, far removed from his success as a country singer.
But he had like visually, like he did like a whole different change, right, with his hair and makeup.
Yeah,
and
he was
stuff?
emo looking. Yeah.
Yeah, like did he ever?
Okay, hold on. I gotta bring up a
Chris
picture of
Gaines?
this shit.
Yeah, so
Chris
like,
Gaines.
he didn't just. It's not like using a pen name as an author. Like
Yeah.
Whoa, what the fuck?
like what's her face?
Yeah.
Bring it up on the feed.
Holy
Oh.
shit.
I just put it up.
Here, I'll bring it up.
Oh no, I didn't. That's the wrong thing. Sorry.
No
Right here.
way. Is
Yes
it?
way.
No.
Yeah, Stephanie's
this
saying
him?
she's there's a
Definitely.
documentary about it.
No. Is that him?
Like, find
Yeah.
it.
It's
Yeah.
him.
Oh yeah. Look at him.
It's him.
To me, it reminds me of
Chris Angel.
Well,
right?
yeah, it's a Chris Angel look, but it reminds me kind of a Zoolander, like where
Oh
what's his
yeah,
face?
yeah.
Ben
Blue,
Stiller
the
gets like
fucking blue
really
steel.
like blue steel, like
Blue steel look. Yeah. Is that the blue steel?
So weird.
get that
Yeah.
sweater.
You remember
What
that
the
shit? That's
heck?
what I'm saying. That's Garth Brooks, man.
What year did it say he tried
Do whatever the
like
fuck
that
he wants.
part of his career?
That was the early 2000s, I think.
Holy shit.
Look at that T-shirt.
He looks like he should be in the like some kind of Matrix knockoff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You should be playing keyboards for Black Veil Brides or something.
Right? Damn.
It's weird. I guess like some props to him for trying, because I can imagine it's a way of him trying to not have like that experimental thing be at all tainted by its Garth Brooks doing
yeah,
it.
right.
But man, I wonder how long it took before it was like public knowledge that that is Garth Brooks, because today's you couldn't keep that hidden very well in today's
Mhm.
world.
I wonder how long it took for the makeup artist to stop laughing after he told them what he wanted. They're like, "What?
Yeah.
You want me to do what?"
Just that little thing with your lip? That's a
Sure,
shit.
you don't want to just come back in 2 weeks and we could just shave around that? I mean, I don't want to have to glue some shit right there. That's weird.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's fucking weird.
that was Like,
Yeah,
what
it
the
does. It's
fucking
kind of
lead singer Stone Temple Pilots would do. Like,
Right? Yeah.
fucking shit. All right, next up is me with goddamn NBA All-Star team names. So I'm used to old fashioned East West, Team East versus Team West. They're changing the format now. Now they're gonna have two team captains, and the name of the teams are the team captains, which I do not. So this year this is the first year they're doing it. It's team LeBron versus Team Giannis or whatever. And I don't like that whole idea. I think it still needs to be East versus West. It is East versus West, but I don't understand why they have to why the teams have to be named after the team captain. I kind of feel like that's giving more credit to the team captain than the team. When you say East or West, it's one conference versus the other, not LeBron teams versus Giannis's team.
Yeah, but
Giannis
they
is
can pick.
shit.
But they can pick from either East or West, though.
Oh, can they?
So it's not East versus West. Like Steph Curry is on Giannis's team,
So how
and Kawhi is on LeBron's.
so
Well,
do the team captains pick their
Yeah, it's just like
teammates?
kickball. You got two captains. It's like kickball.
They
I'll
pick-
take
they
this
pick
guy
their-
first. I'll take this guy. I'll take this guy. You know, back and forth.
Yeah.
I thought it was still strictly East, well, still strictly West.
When's that
No.
game?
They can pick whoever
Yeah,
they want.
Comes on Sunday.
I think it's
17th.
actually
17th.
because let's face it, the fucking Pro Bowl is fucking garbage.
Right?
They don't want to play in that game. This maybe there
Well,
is kind of like more pride.
Well, they
involved.
tried that with the Pro Bowl last year, or 2 years ago.
Oh, they
when,
did?
Yeah, there was like Jerry Rice, and it was the coaches got to pick.
Yeah.
Whoever the fuck the coaches.
Why is it that nobody wants to play in the Pro Bowl?
Because most of the team, if you play in the Super Bowl, you're not going to be in the Pro Bowl because it's the Sunday before the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
And so nobody wants to
Oh.
get hurt in that game. So I mean, it's not really a big. I mean, they don't really try to tackle each other and stuff. It's not really a big fucking. It's not like a real big game to play in. But a lot of people don't want to take that chance to get hurt.
Do they
In the
kind of
game.
almost feel yeah they don't put their full effort into
Oh
it?
yeah.
Oh yeah,
If they had it after, if they used to have it after the Super Bowl,
Where you could
And
still
more
have plenty of
people
time to
play.
recover.
yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the fucking. Well, I mean, the NBA All-Star Game is the same way. That's they don't play defense, and it's all fucking alley oops, and
Yeah.
it's just a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Concept.
True.
Except in basketball, you don't fucking get hit full speed by a
That's
300-pound fucking lineman.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right. Well,
That makes a
Next up-
difference.
next up.
I'll tell you what, though. Hold on. I'll tell you what. You watch the NHL All-Star Game?
Oh, those motherfuckers play.
Them motherfuckers go all out. They don't
Yeah.
give a fuck. They ain't holding back. They'll make you bleed in
Yeah.
the All-Star
Isn't
Game.
that
But
3-on-3?
The All Star game.
Yeah.
no, it's full. It's full
No,
five.
it's full.
Oh, I thought it was like a smaller lineup.
They
No,
may
so-
have like some kind of, game like that they play.
Oh, okay.
You know
It's
how
called
like the
NHL
football has the
Blitz,
skills
don't they?
challenges or whatever.
That's how they
Yeah,
do
NHL.
overtime in hockey. They do 3-on-3.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, they do.
I thought they do shootouts, don't they?
They do.
still do.
Yeah.
They do a
They do-
3-on-3.
No, they do OT and then shootout.
Yeah, and then they do the
Right.
shootout.
You do full team shootouts. What are you talking about?
No, they
What
do
is this league?
3-on-3 where they do the OT, where
That's
they
the
go
overtime.
against each other, and then they do the shootout after
Is
that.
it really three?
Yeah,
thought it was
I
like a
think
full-
they pull. Yeah, I think he's right. I think they.
yeah.
pull
I
the
just
heat.
watched it. I went
They pulled
to
it,
a Providence Bruins game like I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and they did that. It was actually really good.
That was AHL though.
Oh, so do you think it's different rules?
Yeah.
They
I think
might
that-
be because
yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know
that-
that they do that in NHL.
I've been to games that have gone overtime in NHL, and we can look it up. I mean, I could swear.
Because
So-
yeah, I thought that shit was awesome.
It probably was
Sense.
within that jurisdiction.
Yeah, let's look up our hockey rules. Who knows
Is that
about
the Rhode
hockey?
Island
Oh,
Bruins?
come on,
So
it's
that's
fucking hockey
AHL,
rules.
right?
Yeah, that's
lower.
AHL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what were we talking about in the first place before hockey?
I don't even remember.
Basketball.
The All-Star game? Basketball.
Oh, the All-Star game, right? Yeah. Teddy's topic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
No, I just was trying to figure how we got what tangent we branched off of.
Some bitch.
Teddy's the one MCing.
Okay, as of 2005-2006 season, NHL ends exhibition and regular season games still tied after 5-minute limit period, 3 schedules per side, overtime period. Yep.
Yeah, dude.
So what's the answer?
Boom,
Yes.
boom.
Yes.
Yes, what? What?
Yeah.
Yes.
They have 3-on-3. Yes. Yes, they have 3-on-3 hockey. Yes. They
Oh,
have
3-on-3.
seasons.
Okay.
The same
AHL
rules.
does? Okay.
Yeah, they started doing it in 2015-2016. NHL season onwards. They started doing it.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
you're right.
Wait, so it's NHL too?
Yeah, NHL too. Yeah, NHL. Yep.
Oh wow, no, I didn't know that. That's weird.
Yeah, I thought
It's a good way to end the game.
But they didn't start to the 2015-2016 seasons. So
Well, fuck them then. If they didn't
yeah.
start.
Yep. Just
So,
like
yeah,
the
so you are
Constitution.
right.
Train late.
It's because the AHL and minor leagues were doing it, so they started doing it too. They followed their league. Yep.
Booyah.
Right. I was wrong.
It's all right, Teddy.
Yeah, fuck you, man. You're next with fucking loud people.
Dude, case in point, loud people. Some people, no, seriously, when I'm out on the street or when I'm at some sort of in a restaurant or something, there are some dudes that are fucking impossibly loud.
Mhm.
Like unbelievably loud when they're fucking communicating with one another.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like a posturing thing, but it's like,
I think a lot of it is.
think a
Jesus
lot of it-
Christ.
yeah.
How can you
It's a-
be so fucking loud?
I mean, sometimes I get yelled at for being loud too. But maybe it's just because I talk too much.
It's because you talk too much.
But it's always like, oh yeah, and then I had my trip in Bulgaria, and blah,
when they're
fucking
name-dropping
Tom
places like that.
Brady. Blah.
Is that
It's just-
because you live on the East Coast, though? I've always wondered
Yeah.
that. Is that a loud person? Because like
You got a
New
lot of
Yorkers
coasties
and
like that out there.
yeah, New Yorkers and like Bostonians and shit, they
Oh,
always seem
dude.
like they're way louder. Than
9
everybody.
times out of 10, they are wearing a Celtics fucking some sort of Celtics paraphernalia.
And you have it.
Yeah.
But it's just they're so fucking loud, and it's like, dude, why? I'm in a room full of 100 people, and you are the only person that I can discern every single word coming out of your mouth, and you're sitting fucking 2 tables away from me. Fucking simmer down a little
Yeah.
bit. Let's
Right.
Calm your
bring it down.
titties. Calm your titties, buddy.
Yeah, cool your tits.
That's it.
She just go over there and spray water on him. Be like, what the fuck, man? Be like, well, it works for my dog when he's barking. Figured it might work for you, you fucking douchebag. Shut up.
I agree with it. I think it's where you're from. There's like all those people fucking loud ass fucking Patriots fans.
I can only imagine. Fucking East Coasties.
East
Hard
Coast.
nose. Motherfuckers.
Okay, so next up is Ashtray with fucking 6 and 2 pin.
Oh. Yeah, so I got my, this actually came a day earlier than I expected, but this fucking beast of a replacement video card. One of the things I skimped on when I bought this workstation that I planned on, using for,
Holy
you know,
shit.
5+ years. Look at this thing! Size compared to my head. Just ginormous. It's like a spaceship.
It looks like, yeah, I was just gonna say, it looks like it folds out into a spaceship. Like it's just a compact spaceship. You press that button and it
As
just
soon as you plug it in, it
opens
isn't
up.
gonna work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna be that'll be the
Fucking
last
computers.
I got a 30-day window to send it back. Anyways, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, the extra power port, which I was just cleaning out my system recently, and I remember seeing that, the extra power cable for, a beast like this, and thought it was the right amount of pins. Oh no, it takes the 6-pin plus the extra. It's got a little extra dangle pin, which is really just 2 extra wires which come out of the same power source and go into the next thing. But to power it, yeah, you need that special fucking cable.
So do you have to like get a new power supply?
No, I should have to get a new power supply. It's a basically the cable is like what would be a 6-pin power supply cable. It is 6-pin, and then it goes to another 6-pin connector, and then there's 2 cords that come out of the power thing to a little 2-pin connector, and you have to actually literally put them right together, side by side, and put them in to the graphic card. So it's like really, it's just like completing one extra circuit. So it's just reassured that it's getting the power it needs. Fucking bullshit. Anyways,
PC gaming.
I also wasn't expecting to get it a day early, so now I can just like put it on my mantle like a cool fucking Matchbox car. Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna have to.
You're such a child,
right? What are you just gonna like walk around with your graphics card with you?
Right? Like it's just like when you get a new gun. It's like, yeah.
Take respect or anything else on my computer, but you know what? I still got it. Cool, way to go.
Fuck yeah, right? Look, I'm just gonna take selfies with it. Oh, just me and my new G-Force, just chilling. Oh, watching Netflix.
Jesus Christ.
Did you buy it just because of the name? You didn't know any stats on it, or any technical stats on it?
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
why you bought it?
No, well,
you could say G-Force.
G-Force.
no, I mean, why I bought it was because this is like the new card in 2016.
It's 2019.
And like, yeah, exactly. Because this is like a $600 card that I got for $200.
But you said this is the new card in 2016. You said it in the present tense, and it's the wrong tense because
Yeah,
This
you
was.
new
This
card in
was.
2016. Right.
It's
That's
just
why I was saying.
alcohol talking, Teddy. It's just the alcohol.
Yeah, come on. Roll with it. Jesus.
No, I don't want to roll with it. You have a 3-year-old card that you didn't check the stats on. Now you don't know how to put it in your computer. It's funny.
You know what's coming out next year?
What?
All the new consoles.
Really?
Yeah, the new Xbox and the new
the Xbox.
PlayStation.
Well, the Xbox.
2020? Is that what
the
they're
Xbox,
slated for?
It's not gonna be really new. It's gonna be a discless Xbox. Is what's coming
Oh
out.
yeah.
The newer one is gonna come another 2 years, another 2 or 3 years. But the
Oh,
PS5.
really?
is supposed to be next year. Yeah, but the PS5 is supposed to be out next year. Yeah.
So it's just gonna be like a slimmer, like sleeker version.
The Xbox they got coming out here is gonna be without a disc. You can't put a disc in it. It's gonna be like just a drive.
Like doing cloud shit, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, cloud. Well, I don't think it's gonna be cloud gaming. It's gonna be all like digital downloads and shit. Put your goddamn card down.
It's gonna be like Trump. It'll be dickless. Right?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Exactly.
no, discless. Sorry. I said disc.
Cool. Well, that's our show. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself, Pulaski, Tennessee. We're going to be here every Wednesday or Thursday night. It depends on if we got to work or not at 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at theredareport.com or facebook.com/theredareport. You can also Twitter us at Twitter, but we don't really give a shit.
Yeah, don't do
Like us,
Twitter.
fuck us, we're down for whatever. I'm Teddy.
I'm
Trump
Oracle.
ruined it. This is Ashtray.
I'm Mystic.
And this is the Red Report. Jesus Christ, Astrid.
Way to go, Mystic.
What? What? I don't know.
What?
I don't know what's going
You
on.
spoke with Oracle was supposed to try to say, is this just part of the outro?
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
What? I
Yeah,
cut him off? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, you cut him off like you always do. Is what I'm saying.
Was I supposed to be last?
No, you said this.
What about your
Wow.
card?
Wow,
unrelated
Ashtray.
to the
Ashtray.
What?
Can you hear us through the hat?
Barely.
outro.